Woo! Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to talk about a question that I was asked by a client of mine this week. And the question centers around control. And that oftentimes becomes a topic of conversation when I'm coaching clients is about control. And the question that I was asked is, why me, not me personally, but the client, feel as if I want to control lots of things in my life. I want that control. And it seems to be that is at the center of some of my anxiety, my depression, and my ultimate suffering in life. And my response to that is this. People try to control things when they have an inability or just a lack of wanting to sit with emotions that are discomfortable. We oftentimes don't want certain emotions and feelings, so we will push it off as much as we can. And I've talked about this a lot, about sedating yourself, distracting yourself, keeping yourself busy, whether that be overworking, whether that be drugs and alcohol, whether that be sex, whether that be over exercising, whether that be food, whatever, pick your poison. People oftentimes have a propensity to want to shove emotions away. Well, we do that when we want to control, because at the end of the day, you have no control, okay? Over most of your life, you do not. You cannot control the day that you're going to die. You did not control the day that you were born. You just don't. You don't have control, people. You don't. You don't have control over other people. You cannot control what they do. You cannot control people's responses to you. So knowing this, which is difficult, it really is. This is very difficult for me because I can see myself at times wanting to control situations that I have no control over. I just don't. And instead of me trying to control that, instead of me fearing what could be on the other side of that, I will challenge myself to sit with it. Now, that may not be where you are right now, and that's okay, because I have to meet you where you are. But at the end of the day, if you could sit with emotions that are discomfortable, you will see that those emotions that you're sitting with, that you're acknowledging, that you're aware of, that you are accepting that they're here. You may not like it, and that's okay, you don't have to, but you accept that it exists, that you feel this way. Whether it be about a relationship with a friend, whether it be a relationship with a partner, whether it be a business, whether it be a family member who's sick, whether it be your kids, there's not a whole lot of control we have. And when we try to induce control, it's because we have a fear. And through that fear, we have this inability of wanting to sit with discomfortable feelings. So my challenge to you as I do this video is, what in your life do you feel that you want to control? And this could be as small as like nutrition. Humans are the only animals, mammals, whatever, that exist on this planet that have to think about what they eat. Think about that. Your dog doesn't have to think about it. Your fish doesn't have to think about it. If we go out in the wild, the tigers, lions, bears, whomever, don't have to think about what they eat. They intuitively know because their body tells them. Our body actually tells us what to eat. We just don't always listen to it. That's just a small example. But there's others. And if you're trying to control things in life, it's because you're trying to basically control a situation and this push away a feeling because you're afraid of it. And that's okay to be afraid. It is. But once you realize and accept that you don't have any control, then all of a sudden life starts getting a whole lot easier. Yeah, you don't have to like the result. I'm not saying that you have to live with it. I'm not saying that you can't do your part of it. But when it's all said and done, you don't have much control over other people. But you do have control over you. You have control over you to the extent of how you react to your feelings and emotions. You don't always have control over your feelings and emotions. And the more you get in tune with that, the more you sit with it, the more that you become aware of it, the more that you acknowledge it, and the more that you accept it, you can take action. That's that 4A model that I talk a lot about in my coaching practice, is being able to subside some of this suffering that we induce in ourselves. So ask yourself, what are the things that I'm trying to control in my life that I really have no control over, whether that be family, friends, partners, whatever, okay? Think about that. And then ask yourself, can I sit with the feeling of this, and can I sit with the outcome of this? If you can get yourself, it's like going and dipping yourself in 30-degree water. It's going to suck the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time. But over the course of time, your body will start to adapt. This is how we adapt. When we start to adapt to these things, they have less control over us. And that's a great thing. That's where you're leading into peace and freedom and not suffering. So if this resonated with you, please, by all means, share this with whoever you would like to. If this is something that you're interested in and you'd like to have a conversation with me, I'd love to have a 30-minute discovery call with you to see, hey, listen, does it make sense for us to work together? What are you struggling with? What are the challenges? What are the things that you feel like in your life you want to see different, that you want to have peace and freedom on, and you want to have more clarity on? I'd love to have that conversation with you. So